Lesson 9, Maximizing Site Design. In this exercise, you'll be introduced to the power of library items. Library items are a great tool that allow you to reuse content across many pages. In addition to reusing content, they also allow you to link content to many pages. So in this exercise, you'll create a navigation on one page, place it in numerous pages, update the original library item, and then you'll see the changes ripple through all the additional pages. So let's get started. Click on your Assets panel, and then in the Assets panel, look at the very last icon. There's a small picture of a book. Click on that. This will be your library items. Now currently there's nothing in here. This will change shortly. You'll want to go ahead and open up the home.html page in your lessons folder as I have here. In the upper right hand corner there's a navigation that says Sitemap and Login. Place your cursor on the upper corner and click once to select this. Now, down at the bottom of your Assets panel, there's a small icon with a plus sign on it called New Library Item. Go ahead and click that now. You'll get a small warning saying that this selection might not look the same when it's placed in other documents. We'll come back to that later. Go ahead and click OK. You'll see that your library item is listed inside your Assets panel. However, it wants a name. You'll want to go ahead and type Global Nav, all one word, and press Return. And there's your library item. You'll see here that there's a small preview in the top half of this panel. This is the raw HTML, and you'll notice that it doesn't look anything like the one on your page. This is because library items are pure HTML. There's no CSS information associated with that. As long as you keep that under consideration, everything will be fine. You'll see that your navigation now has a yellow highlight on it. This represents the fact that this is a library item. You'll see that if I try to click on it, I'm not allowed. Library items are locked at this point and are linked to the original inside the Assets panel. Let's go ahead and add the Global Nav library item to two other pages. Here I have gardentips.html and latinnames.html. Click on gardentips.html or open it now. And then in your Assets panel, click and drag the Global Nav library item from the Assets panel anywhere into your document. It actually doesn't matter where you drag it because it's automatically going to be in the same location as the original. This has everything to do, by the way, with the CSS. Go ahead and click on the latinnames.html document and do the same thing. Click and drag the Global Nav library item into your page, and you'll see it show up in the correct location. Now, let's look at the real power of library items. Perhaps we'd like to change the name of the navigation from Login to Your Account, a more user-friendly name. In the traditional method, if you had this navigation spread across 20-30 pages of your website, you would have to change it 20-30 times. Well, with the library items, you don't have to worry about that. So what you'll want to do is edit the library item. In order to edit the library item, you're going to double-click on it in the Assets panel. Now this opens up the library item in the Design view. One thing to point out, notice that this is globalnav.lbi, so this is a specific sort of file. It's still text file, however it's not an HTML document. Go ahead and select the word Login, and then type Your Account. While you're here, you're going to go ahead and link this text to the appropriate files. So select Your Account. Go down to your Property Inspector. Click on the HTML tab in the Property Inspector if necessary. That reveals the link panel. Go back to the right-hand side of your screen and click on Files so that you can see all the files in your site. And we want to link the text Your Account to the file login.html. I'm going to do that by clicking the small target or point to file icon and then clicking and dragging all the way up here to login.html. When I release, it's linked. Let's do the same thing for sitemap. Select the text sitemap, click on the small point to file or target icon, and then select sitemap.html. Okay, so you've linked this text. Now when you choose File Save, you'll see that Dreamweaver wants to update library items in three files: home.html, gardentips.html, and latinnames.html. These are the three files that have your library items. If you click Update, you'll see that they're all updated. Let's go ahead and close this window. And let's look at our actual documents. So home.html, garden tips, Latin names, they all look the same. Now you may notice here that it's actually hard to see my text. Why is that? Well, because the default color of library items is yellow. And the default color of my links, as I specified it in CSS, is actually white. So what you'll want to do is change the default color of library items. Let me show you how to do this. Go up to Edit Preferences, or on the Mac, choose Dreamweaver Preferences. And in the Preference window, go ahead and go down to Highlighting. In the highlighting category, find the library items color swatch. You'll click on that, and you want to choose a color that will contrast nicely. I'm going to choose a lovely pink. Click OK. And now you can see that there's a much better contrast here, and this is great. So you've seen here the power of library items. If you make one change in the library item file, it will ripple through to all documents that are using that library item.